Enzo Recto, kalaban ang katiwalian at kasinungalingan, kakampi sa katotohanan at kabutihan.
Maraming salamat sa iyong paglilinaw. Ngayon ay puntahan natin ang investigasyon ng Special Task Force sa banta ng Vice Presidente sa buhay ng Presidente. Ano ang mga ginamit niyong batayan? Kung mayroon man sa inyong pag-iimbestiga sa Special Task Force sa banta ng Vice Presidente sa buhay ng Presidente.
Consistent po sa ginagamit po ng Protective Intelligence Methodology ng Secret Service ng Amerika. Diyan po sa tinatawag natin na if there is a threat to unknown personality, meron po silang mga pamantayan at doon din po namin ibinasa itong pamantayan na ito. 5 po ito na pamantayan namin pong ginamit.
Mr. Witness, binanggit mo na meron kayong ginamit na 5 pamantayan. Ano-ano itong mga 5 pamantayan na binanggit mo?
Una na po rito yung pattern of violence po.
Bukod sa pattern of violence, ano pa kung mayroon pa?
Yung pong gravity at seriousness po ng isa pong pangyayari.
Anong sunod dito kung meron pa?
Yung pong identity and identifying characteristic po ng involved po doon sa pangyayari.
Bukod sa identity, ano pa Mr. Witness kung mayroon man?
Ang isa po rito ay yung kakayanan po at kapasidad po ng nabanggit po na subject po.
At bukod sa 4 na iyong nabanggit, ano pa ang inyong ginamit na batayan kaugnay ng investigasyon na ito?
Yung pong tinatawag na motive o motibo at intent po ng personality po.
Mr. Witness, balikan natin ang pattern of violence na una mong binanggit kanina. Ano ang inyong sinuri, kung mayroon man, kaugnay ng pattern of violence ng Vice Presidente?
Sa tulong po ng amin pong Special Task Force ay amin pong binalikan ang mga pangyayari na yan naman po ay lumabas na tinatawag namin sa media na mga open source intel namin. At doon po nakita namin yung isang event nung mayor pa po ang ating Vice President Sara Duterte na meron pong isang sheriff na gustong gawin ang kanyang tungkulin na atas po ng legal na atas ng korte na magpatupad po ng demolition order. Subalit hindi po ito nagustuhan ng noon ay mayor at kay Vice Presidente, kung saan ay tinawag po niya yung sheriff at pinagsusuntok po sa mukha itong sheriff na ito.
Mr. Witness, binanggit mo ang isang insidente ng sheriff na pinagsusuntok sa mukha. May ipapakita ako sa iyong video.
Noong July 2011, habang nakaupong mayor ng Davao City, sinapak ni Vice President Sara Duterte ang isang court sheriff.
Ito ba ang insidenteng tinutukoy mo?
Tama po, yan po.
Bukod sa insidente ng sheriff na sinuntok ng Vice Presidente, ano pa kung mayroon man ang inyong sinuri kaugnay ng pattern of violence ng Vice Presidente?
As part of our investigation, kami po ay nakakakuha ng mga dokumento related po dito sa aming inimbestigan kung saan we got hold of affidavit of ito pong dating police ni si Arturo Las Canas na self-confessed member ng DDS na kung saan doon po sa kanyang affidavit na yan ay atin pong nakita at inilalarawan po at sinasabi nitong ni Arturo Las Canas na ang Vice Presidente mismo ay kasama doon sa Oplan Tokhang, isa sa mga arkitekto ng Oplan Tokhang. At dito rin po niya sinabi na instead na barilin at patayin para hindi nalalaman ng media, ay kidnapin na lamang yung mga subject po, mga shabu users o kaya yung pong ibang gumagawa ng krimen o nagtitinda ng droga at ibaw na lang po sa isang quarry. Na kung saan natagpuan po later nitong Laod Quarry na mayroon pong mga biktima ng extrajudicial killings.
Mr. Witness, nabanggit mo ang affidavit ni Arturo Las Cañas. Nasaan ang affidavit na tinutukoy mo?
Objection, Your Honor. May we know the relevance of all these questions?
Your Honor, we are establishing the pattern of violence. And this is very much relevant.
Witness may answer.
Sa pagkakalam ko po, ang affidavit na ito ay nakasumito po sa International Criminal Court na sasalukuyan po dumidinig ng kaso ng extrajudicial killings po.
Kaugnay pa rin ng affidavit of Arturo Las Cañas. Nasaan ang kopya nito kung mayroon ka man?
Meron po
Objection, Your Honor. The witness is not competent to provide an answer on an affidavit that he did not execute.
Your Honor, may I respond?
Lead counsel may respond.
Your Honor, this affidavit of Arturo Las Cañas can be considered as a declaration against interest. He's saying in the affidavit na siya ay hitman, na siya ay bahagi ng Davao Death Squad. And under the rules, Your Honor, this may be considered also even with respect to third party. And in this particular case, Your Honor, the Vice President, the respondent, is the third party.
Just a rejoinder, Your Honor.
Counsel for the respondent.
Then we would have to object to that, Your Honor, because it will be Mr. Las Cañas, if at all, who has the personal knowledge. We're already going into the contents of such affidavit, and the witness is incompetent to testify on that.
Chair will make a ruling. It is of no moment that it is a declaration against interest. Again, it is not an exception to the hearsay rule. It's certainly not a declaration against the interest of the witness. However, the court will allow it as part of the testimony and narration only of the witness, not as to the truth of the allegations of fact contained in the affidavit of Las Cañas, just as to the fact that the affidavit went through the office of the NBI director, that he knows of the affidavit, but certainly for the information likewise of the senator judges, not as to the truth of the allegations stated in the Las Cañas affidavit. Witness may answer.
Your Honor, we will submit, but we register continuing objection.
The continuing objection of the counsel for respondent is duly noted and entered into the records.
Mr. Witness, kaugnay pa rin ng affidavit ni Arturo Las Cañas. Nasaan ang kopya ng affidavit na ito?
meron po akong CP.
Counsel, witness already answered. He said it is in the ICC, I believe.
Your Honor, I am pertaining to his actual copy.
You may proceed, counsel. Witness may answer.
Nandito po sa akin, dala-dala ko po yung kopya ng affidavit.
Your Honor, may we allow the witness to present his own copy.
Witness is allowed to produce a copy she is mentioning, is referring to rather in his testimony. For the record, assisting counsel for the respondent as well as assisting counsel for the prosecutors are viewing the document produced by the witness.
Your Honor, just a comment.
Counsel for the respondents recognized.
Your Honor, it appears that this document has not been marked during the pretrial conference.
Your
so
Honor, may I respond to that?
not yet done with my
Let
manifestation.
the counsel for respondent finish, counsel.
So in other words, may we request, Your Honor, that we be given a copy of such document as well for our perusal.
The prosecutor is so instructed to kindly furnish a copy if indeed this document has not yet been marked.
Your Honor, may I respond to that?
Counsel may respond.
The affidavit of Arturo Las Cañas has been previously marked as P-2-10-1-W, Your Honor, for the prosecution.
Then I stand corrected, Your Honor, but can we still request for a copy?
Nevertheless, kindly give the counsel for respondents a copy.
We submit, Your Honor.
Counsels rather for respondent a copy. Thank you, counsel.
Bunyog, bunyog, halikan na kasama ka. Bunyog, kapag buklod ay may pag-asa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, isa ang pananaw. Sa bagong Pilipinas ang bunyog isisigaw. Bunyog. Bunyog, bunyog, bunyog.